Alright, what's going on, everybody? Woo! It's after work, and just want to do a little quick video on, basically what I did when I came home. I got my bike, I passed my MSF course, and what kind of practicing that I do, did I do as a beginner rider. I'm still a beginner rider, but I just wanted to show kind of like my thought process on, basically what I did to work up into getting into traffic and things like that. And so really it started out just basically riding in my neighborhood, right, at really slow speed. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at that and do that and take some right turns, some left turns, and learning how to stop and just kind of getting comfortable with your bike, So highly recommended if you've never ridden in traffic before. If you live in a quiet neighborhood, you probably want to start out in your neighborhood. All right, let's go. So just in first gear, right? First gear, feathering out the clutch. Sometimes you're gonna have to shift up. I shift up to second right there, and then pull the clutch. Let's get back down to first gear, and then front and rear brake at the same time. Try to keep your right leg up on the pegs while you're holding on that back brake, and then just one foot down. So that's a really good thing. Also, another thing too is that when you're coming at a stop like this, you're gonna have to not forget how to signal. So I'm gonna take a left right now, look right, look left, everything's clear. I'm in first gear. I'm going to slowly let out my clutch while giving it a little throttle, letting go of that rear brake, and I'm going to make my turn. I'm going to look and make my turn, and I'm going up to that stop sign right now. Oh, and also don't forget to cancel your turn signal. So right now I'm in third, and I'm going to shift down to second now. Front brake, rear brake. Shift all the way down to first before you come to the stop sign, right? And then one leg down, right? Now here, from my view, it's like I need to go up and creep a little bit, right? So what I want to do is let go of just feather out my clutch. No, just kind of like waddling so I can see the whole road. See, now I can see it. Now stop. Sometimes you're gonna have to do that because the stop sign is back too far. You gotta creep. So I'm gonna make another left, right? We're working on left turn, so I'm gonna signal, and as soon as I make this turn, I'm gonna try to remember to cancel it, right? Little throttle, ease out the clutch, shift up to second, cancel, shift up to third. Now on this bike, as soon as I hit around 25 miles an hour, I can shift up to third. Okay, so I'm going to make another left turn here, but there's no stop sign, right? So what do? I'm going to signal, pull my clutch, shift down all the way down to second gear, front and rear brake, and just coast through here until you make your turn, and then feather out that clutch while giving some kind of gas, not too much. Shift up to third, cancel my turn signal, and I can just be in third here as long as my bike is not lugging and it's not screaming. So here's another stop. I'm going to signal right here, pulling my clutch, and you know what, shifting down to second. And then by the time I reach down to the stop, I'm going to switch down to first, front and rear brake. The coast is clear, and you know what? Just for practice, I don't see enough for the road, right? So there's a blind corner, right? So I'm going to creep up just a little bit, and the way I'm doing that is just letting go of my clutch a little bit. See, when you're in the friction zone, the bike moves itself. You don't actually have to give it throttle for the bike to move. So now I see that it's clear. Now I'm going to make another left. So I'm signaling a little throttle, feet up, and make your turn. Always looking where you're going. Head, body, wherever you want to go. Switching up to third right now. And you know, you ride like that until you get really comfortable on these slower streets in these quiet neighborhoods. I mean, this is still a lot of fun for me. So I'm going to signal to go right now. I'm going to switch into second. Front and rear brake at the same time using your foot and your right hand. Come to a stop and switch down to first gear. And another thing when you're stopping, right? Get in the habit of being in first gear all the time when you stop. Either the stoplight or a stop sign or whatever. Because if anybody tries to come back behind you and tries to rear end you, you're always in gear to go. So every coast is clear. Make your turn. And getting out of that front gear, you'll learn that in MSF, right? Coming to a stop and then making a 90-degree turn. All it is just letting go of that throttle and giving it a little bit of gas, a little bit of throttle, okay? So I'm going to signal right, shift all the way down to first gear here. When you know you have to stop, you might as well just be in that first gear. Just go down, pull in your clutch, you know. See a little throttle. And then let go of your clutch and then go until you have to shift into second. And you know, you practice this, you just keep going. I'm going to signal right. I'm going to go right here, go all the way down to second. I like being in second gear when I'm turning. So front and rear brake until you make that turn. And then throttle or feather out that clutch. Another stop sign, I'm going to make another right. Signal right. Pull in my clutch. Get all the way down to second gear. Get all the way in first gear. Front and rear brake. Come to a complete stop. And when you're stopping, you don't want to have the handlebars turn like this while you're coming to a stop. You want to just keep it upright. So yeah, I mean, I did this for, you know, a week. I still do this right now. I mean, I'm a new rider and yeah, I can ride faster. I've ridden on the highways already, but this is still pretty fun. Just practicing this. Learning how to shift down as you come to a stop. Coming down to a complete stop and just really practicing, you know, when you come to a complete stop, try not to put both feet on the ground, right? You're going to look better. You're going to look like you know what you're doing if you just keep your right foot up and dropping that left foot down. This is a great way to get to know your bike. Every bike is going to be a little different. Every bike's going to have different shift points, right? So I would do that. Just ride around the neighborhood. Ride around the neighborhood and get real comfortable with shifting up, shifting down, stopping. You know, this is really fun. I mean, right now, I don't know, it's like 90 degrees outside, but I feel cool when I'm riding. Watch out for these blind corners, right? I mean, it's like you'll eventually learn how to counter steer and all of that. But now we're gonna go to a busier road right here. This is, I'm gonna take a right here. And this is Gulfstream right here. All the way down to First, come to a complete stop. Left foot down only, right? And then we're gonna make our turn. Look where you wanna go. Feather out your clutch, giving a little gas. And then now you gotta move it. Because this is 35 miles an hour. It's really not that fast, but it's a little faster than where I was going. So here I can stay at 4th gear, 35 miles an hour, that's fine. You gotta really know your bike too, where it's comfortable, where your shift points are. Look at your manual. Look at your manual and see where the shift points are. You'll be able to stretch it out some, but you'll start to learn your bike and see where you're gonna be comfortable, right? And you see those, I don't know if you can see it because the camera angle is wide, but that's out busy road out there. So we're gonna not go out there today, even though I can. I just wanted to show you. So again, taking a turn, I choose to be in 2nd gear for those types of turns. Watching out for other cars, always seeing where cars are coming from. And this is going to teach you how to mind your speed limit as well, right? If you know your speed limit in this neighborhood is 30, 35, right? This is an excellent way to make sure that you have some throttle control and that you can maintain speed before you go out into any faster speed, right? Because as you go out, if you don't have that down, it's going to be hard for you to control your bike and whiskey throttle. Again, taking a right here, I'm in 4th. I'm just going to shove it down to 2nd right now, holding in my clutch, feathering out my clutch right now and giving a little gas. I find that on this bike, and at that speed, that's perfect for where I need it to be in that RPM range. Taking a left, I'm signaling, pulling in my clutch, slam it down to 1st gear. I don't care, you can slam it down all the way to 1st. You know you're gonna stop, right? It's a stop sign, you need to stop. So if you're in 4th gear, you want to pull that in and you just want to, you know, tap your foot down until you see number 1. If you have a gear selector indicator, just go all the way down to 1 because you know you need to stop anyways. Then do that if that's easier for you. So we're gonna go this way. I'm gonna follow that truck. So yeah, like I was saying, this is the stuff that you need to be real comfortable riding just around your neighborhood. This is it. And be comfortable with this before you start going out into busier traffic, okay? And then when I say busier traffic, don't immediately go out on the highway. You know, take it slow. Go to where you can go up just a little faster, right? So I'm going to go up to this stop sign here. This truck's in front of me. I'm going to already signal, just like I would in a car, signal right. Let's go right. And this is a slightly faster road, but we're not talking highway speeds. So I'm going to stop, front, rear brake, just cruise, get down to 1st, and then come to a complete stop with my left leg down. I see no one's coming. There's that Mini. I like that color. All right. So now I'm going to make that turn. Look where you want to go. Turn your bike. So this is a busier road. So I can be in 4th gear here going 35 miles an hour on this bike. This is a Rebel 500. The gears are short, but your bike might be different, right? "35 miles an hour to 40 miles an hour is okay around here." We're gonna keep going. No one's really behind me. Just be aware of who's behind you, right? And you want to be really loose and relaxed with the handlebars. You don't want to be gripping on for dear life. Look at this truck. That's what you got to look for. They're just coming out, right? You didn't care. That's why you got to be able to look ahead, see what they're doing, and cars are going to do that. And when you're riding, even in a slow situation, you want to just kind of keep your distance, right? I know he's going to stop, so I'm going to downshift third, engine brake, pull in the clutch, get into second. Just cruise in second until he comes to a stop, till you're going to come to a stop. And I'm going to signal to go back right. Back to where I came from. And remember, anytime you stop, you want to be in first, right here. You see? And now you can feather out and go. And it's your turn now, right? He's signaling me to go, so I'm going to go. It's just like driving. It's just you're operating a different vehicle, you know? Speed limit says 35. And on a two-way street like this, you see how the cars are driving there? They only have one lane. They can't choose, right? So you can either be right here, all the way to the left next to the line, or you can be in the middle, right? Or you could be all the way to the right. You're gonna have to decide based on your safety, based on, you know, if cars are coming this way, you probably don't want to ride too close to the center line, right? So you might want to stay in the middle to pick your line of where your motorcycle goes. And it really depends on the curve, the corner that you're taking. You might want to pick a line that is more advantageous to help you see what's coming up ahead. You got to look for guys like that, making sure they stop, right? So, you know, riding 35 miles an hour, riding slow, this is slow. Everything's going to be looking like it's faster than what it is. You know, you're feeling the wind and all that stuff. But when you can get used to some of these speeds in a slow, quiet neighborhood, once you get that down, then you can start venturing out. So I hope that helped. Anybody, I mean, this is coming from a beginner, right? Because if I didn't say something that was right, I mean, just let me know. But I'm just, from my beginner point of view, right, this is kind of how I worked up into being traffic, you know, like being in traffic. And I'm totally comfortable in traffic right now, in highways and major highways and things like that. I've done that. As a beginner, I'm pretty comfortable in it and pretty cautious, you know. But there is some time to work on some of these things. It's like right now, I just got off of work and I'm working on slow speed stuff. This is still fun. Riding like this is still fun for me. It is super fun. Slamming in the second gear, just making a nice turn and going back home. So, well, if that helped, let me know in the comments and talk to you later.